Okay, guys, today we're doing a little review about what we've done solving two-step equations. Today is 10/7/2020. So we're going to start off with 6x is equal to x. Okay, so if you remember, we need to get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the one side. Since I only have one number, I'm going to move this x over here. So I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract it. And then when I subtract it, 6x minus 1x is 5x is equal to 15. Just bring down that 15. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide both sides by that coefficient with the x so that x is equal to 3. And then to check it, I'm going to take down my equation. Anytime there's an x, I replace it with a 3. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So then I'm going to go 6 times 3. Well, that's 18. 3 plus 15 is also 18. So I know that that answer is correct. All right. Number 2, we have negative 8x plus 104 is equal to 352. Now, what we're going to do here is we notice that there's only one x. We have two numbers, but this number is on this side. So I am going to subtract that number to this side. So then I'm left with negative 8x is equal to, and I'm just going to grab my calculator, make sure I do this right. I get 248. And then at this point, I'm going to divide by negative 8, both sides. So x is equal to, again, I'm just grabbing my calculator, negative 31. So then I go negative 8. Anywhere there's an x, I'm going to put my answer. So I'm just going to go 104 is equal to 352. So then I just get my calculator again. Negative 8 times negative 31 plus 104 does give me 352. All right. Number 3, we have 50x plus 35 is equal to 48x minus 107. All right. So this time I notice that there's an x on both sides and a number on both sides. So I just need to decide which side I want my x on. So I'm just going to bring my x over to here. So then that gives me 2x. And then I'm just going to bring down that number. And then 48x minus 48x is 0. So then I have negative 107. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract the 35, just like that. And then I'm going to come across. So this time the 2x just is brought down because 35 minus 35 is 0. And then using my calculator again, I'm going to take negative 107 minus 35, and I get negative 142. Then I'm going to come across, divide by 2, and x is equal to negative 71. All right. So then time for my check. So I'm going to go 50. Anywhere there's an x, I'm going to put my negative 71. So plus 35 is equal to 48. And then negative 71. And then make sure minus 107. So then use my calculator. I'm just going to go 50 times negative 71 plus 35 gives me, that's a big number. So then 48 times negative 71 minus 107 gives me negative 35/15. So again, we know that we are correct. All right. So number 4, we're going to have 32x plus 5 is equal to 45x minus 8. All right, so just like we noticed in number 3, we noticed that there are 2 x's, one on each side, and numbers on each side as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to subtract this 45x over. So then I'm going to go 32 minus 45. That gives me negative 13x. Just bring down that 5 is equal to, and that goes to 0, and then I'm just left with negative 8. All right. So then at this point, we're going to come across and we're going to subtract 5, and then bring down that x, or that negative 13x, and then negative 8 minus 5 is negative 13. So then I'm going to divide by negative 13 to both sides, and x is equal to 1. All right. So then we're going to go with 32. Oops, messed up my colors, guys. So 32, anywhere there's an x, we're going to put 1 plus 5 equals 45. Anywhere there's an x, we're going to put what our answer was, and then we're going to come across and say minus 8. So 32 times 1 plus 5 gives me 37. 45 times 1 minus 8 also gives me 37. So I know that I'm doing just fine. All right. We're on number 5. Let's do this. Okay, so number 5 is really easy. Negative x is equal to negative 34. So we notice that they're already kind of separated, but this negative is throwing us off. So I'm going to multiply by negative 1 to both sides. So x is equal to 34. So then, anywhere there's an x, I replace it with that 34. Negative 1 times 34 is negative 34 is equal to negative 34. I really like those. Those are really clean and simple. All right, so we have negative 5x plus 2x is equal to negative 3x plus 18. All right, this time I see that I've got 3 x's, 1, 2, 3, and I have 2 x's on this side. So I'm going to simplify that first. So negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3x, and then everything else is just brought down, okay? And then I notice that's a negative 3x, and I want to bring that over to here, so I'm going to go plus 3x plus 3x. So then I get 0 is equal to 18. Now, is that true? Can we have 0 equals 18? So then we're going to put here and say that this one has no solution. Okay? So if you ever have something that's not true, I want you to write no solution. And there's no check to go with that because, again, there's no solution. All right? So we have x plus 13 plus x is equal to 7 minus 2x plus 4. All right, so this one's kind of like the one above it. I need to do some combining like terms. I have 1x plus 1x, so that becomes 2x. I just combine those because those are on the same side, okay? We add 13, and then here I have 7 plus 4, which is 11, and then I have minus 2x. All right, I'm going to bring this 2x over to this side. So I'm going to add 2x. So that gives me 4x And then I'm just going to bring down everything else. And so it looks something like that. And now I notice that I have to bring this 13 over like that, right? So then I'm going to have 4x equals, well, let's see here, 11 minus 13, that's negative 2. So now divide by 4, and we get that x is equal to negative 1/2. Okay? So then to do my check, anywhere there's an x, I put the negative 1/2 plus 13 plus, and because it's negative, I'm going to come back and put parentheses around it. That's going to equal 7 minus 2, negative 1/2 plus 4. So then I just use my calculator. So negative 1/2 plus 13 plus negative 1/2, that equals 12. And then I go 7 minus 2 times negative 1/2 plus 4, that also equals 12. All right, so we know we're good with that one. All right, so number 8, we are going to have 15x minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3. So again, I want my x's over on one side, so I'm going to go minus 2x, and that's going to give me negative 13x. I bring down that negative 3, bring down that negative 3, all right? And then I'm going to add the 3. So now I have negative 13x is equal to 0, all right? So then I'm going to divide by negative 13, and x is equal to 0. So this is different from the no solution because, oops, you're actually seeing the fact that x is equal to a number, okay? So that's what's helping us out. That's the difference, is x equals 0, and it doesn't have something that's not true. So then we're going to come back here. We're going to go 15 times 0 minus 3 is equal to 2 times 0 minus 3. So that's 0. So that leaves me with negative 3. That's 0. That leaves me with negative 3. So then I know that I am good. All right. So we got time for maybe one more. So 6x is equal to 8. Real easy, like we did before. We're just going to divide by that coefficient, which is 6, and then we're just going to simplify it, and we get 4/3. So the check, 6 times 4/3 equals 8. That's my little question mark. So times 6, and we do find out that this is equal to 8. All right. Negative 7x plus 7x is 0. Okay? 12 minus 12 is also 0. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the 8x. So I get 8x is equal to 24. And then I'm going to divide by 8. And x is equal to 3. Okay? And then we're going to say that when we already know that this side's going to all cancel out, right? So we know that it's going to be 0 is equal to 0 for the check. And I'm running out of time, that's why I did it that way. I will show you if you want to know in person.